Shalom boys here. Well, something came to my mind when I was speaking to somebody just the other day. And we were talking about the power of accusation. Somebody accusing you of doing something or being a certain kind of way. Now, we know that who slings accusations for Satan, because he is accuser of the brethren. Now, an accusation can be true or it can be false. It's just as simple as that. However, when we look at the accuser and those who are being accused, when we peer into their lifestyle and we look at them, we can pretty much tell who's operating in the spirit of truth and in the spirit of error. Because one thing that you can do always, if you have any level of discernment, is just to look, just to see what's going on, and by there you can see who's lying and who's fabricating information. Now somebody can say, you know what, hey, I did something to somebody, and then I can produce a tape, a visual tape. Let's say, hey, I beat this woman. Somebody says, you know what, I beat a woman. And if I produced a tape of that very same woman confessing that I never put my hands on her, what would you believe, right? What would you believe? Would you believe a further accusation, or would you believe that tape? Now, the idea is that it's, again, up to you to decide through the spirit of discernment who's operating in the spirit of truth, who's operating in the spirit of error, who's being malicious, who's being vengeful or deceitful, and who's not. I'll give you another example. Someone says, you know what, you're a lazy ass person, right? And then I turn around and I produce videos, tapes. Now, I'm not talking about from years ago. I'm talking about recent, of me getting after it, getting projects done, building, producing. Would you believe that person or I am a lazy person based on the actual evidence that depicts whether or not I am lazy or not? It can go on for any number of things. Anybody, hey, this is a Jezebel. Okay, she's a Jezebel. Okay. Now, if that woman, that very same woman that's being accused of being a Jezebel, if she's showing herself to be a submissive a woman, a cooperative woman, and she's submitting to a man, and it's clearly showing, that testimony comes out, is she really a Jezebel? You see where I'm getting at? See, the idea is that the best way to defeat an accusation is to show the living proof, or the personification through your lifestyle that that accusation is false. Because, again, by their fruit you shall know them. Now, the idea is that, when we look at, people and what they do, I mean, I couldn't get up, and I've said it over and over, I couldn't get up and I couldn't say, somebody says, that man don't know how to lay block, right? He don't know how to lay block, so forth and so on. Hey, it would be true, because I can't show any evidence whatsoever of me ever laying block. I mean, sure, I've built some little block raised beds and stuff, but that ain't laying block. You understand what I'm saying? So the idea is that anybody can accuse you of anything. But what are you going to do when it comes to the actual evidence from the accuser or the person that's being accused of showing that is the truth or that is the lie? Now, I'm talking about pretty much any accusation that somebody can levy towards you. Does your lifestyle represent the example of that accusation being true or that accusation being false? Because at the end of the day, anybody can say anything. But when you look at the mannerisms of a person's lifestyle, you can pretty much tell whether and not only their track record, but their lifestyle, which is in essence their track record. You can pretty much tell if an accusation is true or not by actually looking at the evidence, looking at the situation. Can there be witnesses that can come forth and say, yes, this is actual truth? For out of a mouth of two or more witnesses, let every word be established. Yeah, sure. But also there could be lying witnesses. I mean, I've experienced this. I've seen it. People lying through their teeth, using positions of power to straight out fabricate lies. This can all happen, but at the end of the day, you can't do nothing by or with somebody, or you can't do nothing with people that is going to levy an accusation towards you. You can't control their mouth. You can't control anything about that situation. What people are going to believe is what they're going to believe. If somebody, especially if somebody doesn't want to hear your side of the story, there's absolutely nothing that you can do about that. But you know what you can do? You can live your life in a way such as that it is a clear example that you are a man or woman of honor and integrity, and you go on and you live in that vein, because truth will always out. Truth will always come to light about a person's character, about the true intent of a person. It's amazing. You look at the past year, since January 1st, 1/1, and we see all of the truth that's come out, and all of the lies being exposed, and men's hearts, they get out and they tell you exactly what their intentions are, how they seek to destroy. I mean, it's amazing, right? And so the idea is that sometimes, there's nothing that you can do but just sit forward and be quiet. Like I said, what they said, just give it time. Just give it time. But regardless of what is being said about you, always walk in integrity, so that when the truth does come to light, you are always vindicated. But if you walk in that, somebody calling you, hey, this is a lazy person, and then you produce no fruit of being active. You produce no ability to speak against through the mannerisms of your lifestyle, that accusation, then it stands. Then, because we all live in a court of public opinion where people they look, they watch, and pretty much people of discernment can tell. And I'm only talking about people of discernment, people that can see the ruse, the hoodwink, the wool being pulled over their eyes, because the majority of people can't see it. And I've come to find in life that I'm really not concerned with the majority of the people, because I know that the majority of the people are dumb, docile, apathetic, complacent, couldn't lead themselves out of a wet paper bag. I don't care what country, organization, I don't care what it is. You look at the masses of people, it's sad. It really is sad. And I always blame the high fructose corn syrup, the aspartame, the fluorinated water, GMO, forever chemicals, all that stuff. People can't think straight. But again, when it comes to an accusation, anybody can say anything. But you, through the mannerisms of your lifestyle, have the ability to prove that accusation true or it to be false. Shalom.